Welcome to the online class. How are you everyone? I think you all are safe and sound by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. This is Hasina Islam, lecturer, Department of English, Tongi Government College, Gazipur. This lecture is for the students of HSC first year. Today we are going to start a new lesson. Unit 11, Lesson 1. I think you all have collected your textbook. So, from this lesson, we are going to know about a journey of a foreign woman. And the title of this lesson is Traveling to a Village in Bangladesh. So, we are going to know about traveling to a village in Bangladesh. You know, Bangladesh is a very beautiful country and it is full of natural resources. So, we are going to enjoy this natural scenery through the eyes of a foreigner. So, our writer started her journey. We set out on the evening of July 21st. That is, they set out for their journey. They started their train journey on July 21st. Food was scarce in the village, so Abdul packed a suitcase with 2 loaves and some tea and tins of milk, cheese and jam. They thought that in the village there might be shortage of food. That's why Abdul gave them some, breads, tea, and tin milk, cheese, and jam. We traveled intermediate class in a cross-country train, not uncomfortably crowded, through a country of shadowy loveliness. They started their journey by train, and the scenery is very nice. It was evening and the train was not so crowded, and the train started in a shadowy loveliness. It was a moonlit night of broken soft clouds. The land was mostly underwater, with paddy and cocoa palms growing from it, and a few raised cart tracks and groups of cottages. I landed among a clump of bushes, all reflected among shadows. So here the writer depicted the natural beauty. That is, it was evening. There was a moonlit night, and she saw the soft clouds was scattering, and the most of the land was watery, and she saw the paddy field, cocoa palms growing from it, and some cottages there. Okay, so this is the picture depicted by the writer. She describes the scenery here. Here and there was the red glow of a cooking fire or the lantern of a fisherman's boat in open water. She could found some houses. There someone were cooking, and the cooking fire was coming from there. She also found some fishermen on the boat with their lantern. At dawn, we reached Sonaimuri, a small canal-side station among wide fields. From there, we had 8 more miles by country boat. That is, in the very morning, they reached in the station called Sonaimuri, and here she describes the station. That is, it was, she found wide fields there, and they hired a boat to go to the village. That is, from the train station, they hired a boat to go to the village. Some of it along the canal, some of it across the flooded paddy fields. That is, they were going through canal and flooded paddy fields with their boat. I was looking forward to that tranquil water journey in the early morning. That is, it was early morning and it was tranquil, that is, full of quietness. It was calm and quiet everywhere. And tranquil it must have been, for I fell instantly asleep and knew no more till we reached the landing ghat at Khurshed's house in a blaze of sunlight. So, the total environment was very calm and quiet and peaceful. That's why the writer became asleep. And when she got up, she found the blazing sun and they reached the ghat at Khurshed's house. That is, she reached at Khurshed's house on of her friend. Okay, after going there, that is, after reaching the village, it turned out that his letter saying that he was bringing me was still on its way, but they rallied to the crisis and gathered round to make me welcome. Though, as none of them spoke any English, they could only start and laugh. They could only stare and laugh and offer me coconut juice. That is, there she was welcomed by the villagers. Huge people gathered there to welcome her, and the village people offered coconut juice to her. So, from this lesson, today we are going to know some word meaning. Of course, you have to know the word meaning, synonyms and antonyms. I think you all are working and you are all trying to find out the meaning, synonyms and antonyms. So I have given some word note here. You will try to memorize all these words. Okay. First of all, scarce means insufficient, pack, wrap, travel, tour or journey, uncomfortably, uneasily or awkwardly, shadowy, shady, loveliness, attractiveness or gracefulness, island, isolate or segregate, clamp, cluster or bunch. Okay, so these words will be helpful for you to solve, fill in the blanks with clue and without clue. These two types of question will be given, so you have to know some synonyms, antonyms and word meanings also. Okay, so this is all about this lesson today. In my next lecture I will give you more information regarding this lesson, and I think you will try it in your home, and I think you have collected your textbook. Of course, you will go through the book. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.